This training today is the beginning phases of just getting started with a Facebook or an Instagram ad. And when you do a Facebook ad, Facebook will also send it to Instagram too. So you don't have to do two ads. So my goal today is to just kind of tell you how to get started, but there are so many other ways to take it to the next level. Okay, so I do want to thank the Paris SBDC for having me today to help you guys with this training. Of course, you can check out their website, the Paris SBDC. They're online because they have in-person training. They have a lot going on, and these trainings are offered to you at no cost. So it's wonderful. So we want to thank them for having me, and be sure and check their website out because they are having some more of these webinars. So I am a media and digital strategist, a brand strategist. I give people strategies and tips to help them build their business online. I love doing this. I'm a content creator. I'm a professor at Wharton County Junior College. I've been there for a while now. I do like to help business owners with their websites. I am a professional photographer. Sometimes people are like, I didn't know that. I don't talk about it a lot, but I am a professional photographer. And that's really how I got started with social media. I actually started teaching it to photographers at my studio, and it just kind of took off. So my site there is marshallanhudson.com. But so I will tell you that the thing about, I think I skipped a slide. I want to talk about my mission, what it is that I do to help you. And I always encourage people to write a mission statement down. And your mission statement, and some of you have been on here with me before, so you should already have one. But I always say a mission statement is what you do to help others. Okay, write it down and let that guide where you're going. And for me, I help people with strategies and plans, develop a plan, develop a strategy to, get their social media up and going. So think about your statement on how you help your clients. So what are you going to learn today? So we're going to talk about Facebook and Instagram ads today, the top reasons you should do an ad, and we're going to talk about how to get started with that, how to create a simple low cost ad, because you don't want to just hop in and spend too much money right away. You want to make sure you kind of learn the ins and outs before you get into big ads. So we're going to talk about low cost ads, even as low as $5 a day. How to create a lead magnet before to get emails from ads, because rarely do people just see an ad on Facebook and just purchase from you. They have to go through this little funnel. They see your ad, they click your download button or learn more button, they head to your website. It's a funnel for Facebook ads. So because don't forget, Facebook visitors are cold audiences. They don't know you. And rarely does somebody not know you and purchase, even if you have something for $5. They have to think, is this worth my $5? So we're going to talk about that and how to use Facebook and Instagram ads to grow and bring in your business. So I like giving webinars. I like attending them. And I always tell people, try to walk away with one or two ideas that you can maybe implement, take back into your own business. Even in this short training, you may think, I'm interested in Facebook ads, but then you may want to take it a little step further, watch some YouTube videos, because it's more of a learning curve, and even get someone to maybe help you develop the first ad or something like that. But you want to walk away with one or two ideas that's going to help you get started with your Facebook ads. And then of course, if you have questions, I can answer those at the end. So what is online advertising? And I really like getting into this because we can post on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We can post organically, and organic posts are free. That's when you show up and you post on a Monday or a Wednesday and you post to your Facebook. Those are called organic posts, and they are free, or Instagram posts. But they don't get as much reach anymore because Facebook, Instagram, the algorithms, they cut down on who can see, how many, you may have so many followers, but Facebook is only going to let about 5% of the people see them. So if you've been getting 10 likes or 15 likes and you're like, wow, that's really low, it's not you. But 15 likes and 10 likes is pretty good, because it's not you, it's the algorithm. And the more you post and show up with value, the algorithms will let more people see. But advertising will triple that. So you may have, so many people seeing your post. Well, you can do a Facebook ad and 500 people may see, or 800 people may see. So online advertising is a good step past organic posts. They're a way to target your ideal audience, which is good because I've been in business a long time as a photographer. I started right out of college, and I've been shooting a while. And when I first started, I would send out postcards and mailers. I didn't know where they were going because I was trying to advertise, but it's different. It's different with ads, okay? Because with the ads, you can target about that. Facebook and Instagram will send your ads to the target audience. It's so much better than just sending out postcards and flyers, and we don't know where they're going, because we can target them. And then if it's going to help you to turn your followers into customers and not just followers, because likes and comments are nice, but likes and comments do not bring money to the bank. Okay, likes and comments will get us seen, it will get us found, but what brings the money to the bank is when the people who are liking and commenting move forward, looking into your work, looking to see where you are, and then calling to hire you. And it works. Okay. So if it sounds like something you want, we're going to get started. So the top reason why you should advertise, if you feel, okay, I'm kind of ready to try an advertisement on Facebook, is there's so many people online, 4.7 billion people, and it's too many to ignore. And they're spending a lot of time online. And in the culture that we're in, people are on Google, they're on YouTube, they are on social media. I mean, they're online. And the more you show up, the more you have an opportunity to be seen. So, like I said, the organic reach is the free reach, and only about 2 to 5% of your followers are seeing now. And people say, "Oh, I'm having an event and I posted it on Facebook, but nobody saw it." Well, Facebook doesn't hardly let anybody see anymore. Instagram doesn't hardly let anybody see. And you might say, "Well, why is that, and why keep posting?" Well, it's too congested and it's too many people online. So the algorithms have to decide based on your content if they're going to let people see if it's valuable. And another thing, they do want you to buy ads, but social media is not an option. You still need to be on there to create visibility and drive people to your website. So you can turn visitors into leads and customers, and your call buttons, and we're going to look at those, are game changers, especially. And if you've been following me a little, I'm a big advocate on email marketing, because email is your friend. So if you're ready to create, we're going to begin. I hope you have a pen and paper. You can take screenshots if you like, turn off those distractions, and we're going to move forward. So here are 4 elements to a good Facebook or Instagram ad. Okay, and in the research that I've been doing, these 4 elements are a must. Okay, so the first thing you need is a question, and we're going to look at this, that touches on a pain point. Okay, people buy because they have pain. For instance, I might hire a designer. I have pain. I need somebody to help me. I need somebody to help me decorate. I need somebody to help me make my curtains look good. I want my house to look good. Kim is an artist. I want my paintings to look good. I don't know how to do it myself. That is a pain point. So I need something that's going to say, yes, I need that. So when you start a Facebook ad and I don't know you, because I'm a cold audience, you might start it with a question that says, are you looking to beautify your walls? And if I'm looking at that, I'm shaking my head. Yes, I need an artist, somebody to help. Are you looking? So your question can be a pain point. For instance, with the Paris SBDC, you might say, are you looking to grow your business? Well, yes, then that's where the SBDC comes in. So because people don't know us, when we do an ad, we have to start with a pain point. A question is a good way. You want to have an image for your ad or a video. You can do a video ad or an image. And then number three, you want to have a giveaway. That's huge. A PDF, an ebook, an e-course, something that when people click the button, and we're going to look at that, they go to something where they can get something. Because with a Facebook ad, you don't just automatically sell. You want to get a lead in. And then number four, call to action. What do you want the people to do when they see your ad? Okay, so let's look at, I looked up some sample ads and I actually Googled, I said the best ads for Facebook. And so here are some sample ads we're going to look at from my research when I Googled the best ads for Facebook ads. So here is one. Okay, Facebook will guide you on how to create your ad. That's the good part. So here are the four things that I just talked about. Number one, the ad starts with a question. Okay, hits a pain point and then it gives a little content. Number two, the ad has an image. Okay, you have the .com there. Okay, you have number three, you're going to have somewhere for them to go. Call to action, download, and four, once you download, you're going to get something free. All right. So according to Facebook, the best ads will have these four things. All right. And we're going to talk about how to actually create a simple ad like this. Here's a second sample. Same four things. Okay. So I'm hoping you're getting the point. So you can start with a question, a pain point. Are you losing customers by not being on the first page of search result? You want your people shaking their head. And then you're going to have some content there. You have the .com, your .com. You're going to have a button for them to learn more, a download, and they're going to get something free. Okay. They're going to get a free ebook. So in other words, because the people are cold audiences, they don't know us, we want to hit a pain point. We want them shaking their heads. Yes. We want to give them something valuable and we want to get their email. Okay. Because then we can send them somewhere to buy our products or our services. Now, some ads have it when you download, you don't have to go to the website. When they download, it's a landing page and it may just be a page with information. And then at the end of the page, it may have something like, take our free art class. It may have something like visit our coffee shop or something, or be sure and learn more about our online classes. So the ad doesn't have to run to a website. It can run to a landing page, but you have to give information first. So here's another sample of an ad. And what I'm showing you today are the simplest ads, especially for getting started. And when I ran a few, and when I got started with Facebook ads, I was like, ooh, this seemed like so much, so difficult. What is it all going to be? I just ran a few simple ads. We'll talk about that later. So here's an ad that Buffer ran. And once again, now they didn't start with a question pain point because you can start with other ways. They had a little Giphy marketing plus gifts equals skyrocketing. Okay, so that's still a pain point because people want their marketing to skyrocket. And then they have the image. It's like a video, so if you hit it, it shows the little Giphy thing, the moving animation thing. And then there is the freebie or the lead magnet, the ultimate guide to gifts. All right, so there's their .com. So once people click the little image there, they're going to be able to get the guide, the free guide. And then they are going to get their emails to move forward, or they're going to lead them to a landing page to purchase something. Okay. So here's Neil Patel. And if you hadn't heard of him, he's very good. He's a business coach. He talks a lot about SEO, traffic, building your business. It may be a good idea to follow him. He gives a lot of good free resources and short videos that teach you things about SEO and things like that. And so here is one of his ads. That's actually how I learned about him. It came across my feed. And he starts with a pain point. Do you want to learn how to increase traffic to your business and convert your visitors into actual paying customers? I'm like shaking my head, yes, because leads, likes, and visitors do not bring money to the bank. We need to turn them into customers. And it's that funnel that I talked about once before. And then he gives some information and he says, I'm going to show you how to do this on a free webinar. Okay, people click to learn more, sign up, you get a free bonus, the 24-step framework I use to teach marketing. So it's so much value. Now, I didn't know him when I met him about a year or so ago. I was online all of the time, you know, everybody was in. I didn't know him. But when his ad came across my feed, because I'm his target audience, small business owners are his target audience, came across my feed, I was very interested in the framework and how and to learn more about marketing. You see? So that's how it works with a cold audience. You have to give something. We don't, other than that, I'm like, I don't know him. Okay, I don't really have time to keep going. So here's another sample ad. And once again, they're using that pain point. Still running your business on an ESP in this guide. So you get a free guide, 9 email marketing essential guide. So it's about email marketing. And as you can see, all of the sample ads are doing the 4 things. Okay, they're starting with a pain point. It could be a question. It doesn't have to be. They have an image. They have a button for download or learn more. And then they have something free to give away. So how do you get started with this? You develop a plan. Okay, so what type of ad do you want to run? And face it, we're going to look at that. Facebook will ask you. It does kind of guide you through once you go to look into that. What kind of ad do you want to run? Do you want more visitors to your website? Do you want to sell a product? Do you want visibility? Do you want more likes? So they have different kinds of ads. And then so you're going to write out the content for the ad. I just showed you 4 samples. The content isn't long. And I literally, when I first started an ad, I literally just wrote this out. One of my ads that I ran, I wanted to drive traffic to my website because I have a lot of free resources there and I wanted emails. You got to have a goal. And so I knew that I wanted to run traffic to my website. So I wrote out the content. And so I sat down and I wrote out what I wanted to say, you know, and my content. And then I chose an image for my ad. Whereas you can choose an image from your stock photos or whatever. And then I had my landing page in mind, which my landing page was going to be my website. So then I would go to my Facebook page because you can make your Facebook ad in your Facebook account, your accounts manager, and everybody has one on their Facebook page. And I know this is a short training, but you can check that out when we get finished. But your accounts manager, your ad center guides you through this. And Facebook will guide you the rest of the way, which we're going to look at some slides on that. And that's pretty much how I developed my first one. So I knew I wanted to run traffic to my website. Another ad that I ran, I wanted to, that's before webinars just blew up for me. Now I don't need to run an ad for webinar because everybody's calling me, asking me to do webinars. But when I wanted to start doing webinars and I was like, okay, nobody knows me. I have a few people, I've given a few that came. I want to really start doing webinars for different people. So I ran an ad. And in the ad, I knew that I wanted to run an ad to get people to take my webinar. Okay. So that was the kind of ad I wanted to run. So I wrote out the content for it. I had an image for like webinar, and then what in my landing page, when they downloaded or to click, I offered a free resource about how to build your business live, doing it live. And so basically, when I ran that ad, I wanted people to go and see that they could get a free webinar from me, and I would get their email and then invite them to the webinar. So these are just examples of what type of ad do you want to run, okay? So 5 steps to creating a low-cost ad. So once you know these things, you say, okay, I know what kind of ad I want to run. I know what I'm going to say in the content. I know my pain point. I know what I'm going to do to give a lead, to give away something. And so that way you're ready to start your 5 steps to creating a low cost ad. And what I'm teaching you is what I've done for my Facebook ads. And they did pretty well. And we're going to talk about that a little later. And so 5 steps to creating a low cost. So number one, step one, you go to your Facebook ad center, because we all have one. And if you don't know much about ad center, that's okay. Just go and Google it and learn about it, because there's a lot of information on your ad center. But it is there, because if you have a Facebook page, you have an ad center. And before Facebook allows you to start creating ads, you have to have a credit card on file. Okay, so I always say, or a bank card. So what I did was, because it's the world of ads, I got a small debit card from my bank, and I just put $300.
Hey, Marcia, you've muted yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Marcia, I need you to unmute, and I think we need to mute other participants so that there's not background noise.
Okay. So can you mute the others?
Yes, and I was muting the others and you were accidentally muted. My apologies.
Okay, are we good now? Are we ready? Am I?
Yes, ma'am, please proceed.
Okay, so in other words, you have to have what I did was I put like $300, and when it goes low, I put a little more on a bank debit card, whether it's Chase or Bank of America or wherever you bank, Wells Fargo. And I just went and got a small debit card because I didn't want to use my regular card or regular account. And I said, okay, this is going to be my card for advertising. And that's the card I put on file. And it just has $300. When it goes low, I just replenish it. But, I don't put my regular account. That's just me. And so that's the first step in getting ready. You have to go to your ad center, and you have to check that out to be able to even start. You have to put a card down. So decide on what you want the ad to do for you. Okay, before you run an ad, and Facebook is going to show you at this time, there are 3 main categories. And I say at this time because Facebook changes all of the time. But there are 3 main categories right now for running an ad on Facebook. And it goes to Instagram also. Okay, so you don't have to make 2. So Facebook changes all of the time, and I won't be surprised if it changes. This year is halfway done. So you can use Facebook and Instagram ads to grow your business and to get email. And you can run ads as low as $10 a day. I started off with my first one with $5 a day. Facebook ads work, by the way. $5 a day. I ran an ad for 3 days. I was so excited. I ran an ad because I wanted emails. And Facebook sent my ad out because it was so low, I think they sent my ad out to like 500 people. But I did get about 20 new emails because they downloaded my freebie, which that was pretty good for me. Some people run ads for much more and they get lots more. They make $2,000 and things. But then I ran another ad. I ran it for $10 a day for 4 days. And that's when I wanted to promote webinars. So I spent $40. And then I had that webinar, and it was like 64 people came. It was pretty good. So Facebook ads do work if you do them correctly. So you have to decide, do I want my ad to drive traffic to my website? Do I want my ad to promote a product? Do I want my ad to promote a class? Maybe you're having a class. Do I want my ad to create visibility because I'm new and people need to know about me? Do I want to get more followers to my Facebook page? So Facebook will ask you all of those things. And so here are the 3 categories as of now. You have the awareness category. You can run an ad for that. Consideration and conversion. So under the awareness category, you can run an ad to let people become aware of your brand or to expand your reach. The consideration one is the biggest one. Either you want traffic to a landing page or to a website, you want more engagement, you want more video views, lead generation. Conversion, you want to convert people from just being followers or subscribers to maybe a product, to purchase or store traffic, things like that. So for now, there are 3 categories. Okay, so step 3, you want to decide on the landing page for your ad, which is very important because for Facebook to approve the ad, because my ads approved, but I've had people to say, Marsha, Facebook didn't approve my ad. So I said it's a few reasons why they didn't approve it. And sometimes maybe you hadn't followed their guidelines. They're on Google, Facebook guidelines, but mainly if your image is copyrighted or your landing page is not up to their what they call their specification, because they do look at the landing page. So when you have a button that says download or learn more or get our free guide, that's going to a landing page, and Facebook takes that landing page into consideration also before they approve your ad. So let's say on your ad, your button that says learn more goes to your website. Well, your website needs to look good. Or let's say your button on your ad leads people to your online store. Your online store needs to, look good. It doesn't have to have all the bells and whistles. It just needs to have content. It needs to have images that are not copyrighted, just, normal. Let's say you run your ad and the landing page leads to your blog, okay, which is great. I know people use Facebook ads to drive people to their blog, and they say they're making really good money. Let's say your ad leads to your freebie. It needs to look good. Maybe you created it on Canva. Your ebook is your freebie, or your checklist is your freebie, or your guide is your freebie. Well, that needs to look nice. And if you say, well, Marsha, I can't create that, hire somebody on Fiverr, Fiverr. Fiverr can make you a download. Fiverr can make you an ebook. Fiverr can make you a guide, an e-guide. Fiverr can make you a bundle guide or something. I've hired them to make some for me, even though I can make them myself. I firmly believe in outsourcing because we're just too busy. I had Fiverr to make me. Some of you have downloaded guides from my website. Fiverr made them. I just sent them the information and they designed it for me. So, if you don't have time to do it your own freebie, have someone on Fiverr to make it. Webinar, I had one of my ads to go to. I was using GoToWebinar. And when they clicked, they went straight to that landing page. And let's say I was given one on email marketing. And so when they clicked my ad, it went to the GoToWebinar page, and it had the information on the webinar, what email marketing would do, and what they can register for it. All right, maybe you have a product. So maybe you're selling a class, or you have a video series, or you have an ebook or some product that you sell. And they can go there. But it's very important to make sure your landing page, it looks nice. So how to create the landing page, and you can feel free to take screenshots, of course. And these are, I use Canva to create a landing page. I use Fiverr to create a landing page. Sometimes I create my own. I've had customers who use Wix to create a landing page, and I've had customers who said they use Shopify. I haven't used Wix or Shopify, but I know Wix, you can do it with Wix for sure. I haven't done Shopify, but I did a little research on it. It looked nice. Square. So these are places where you can, if you don't have a website or you don't want to lead them to your website, you just, get a landing page. And then I always say you can Google or watch a video on a landing page. But I think the 2 easiest ways would be either Canva to do it yourself or Fiverr to hire someone. So a Facebook and Instagram can grow your list, your email list with a lead magnet. And I say Facebook and Instagram because when you make it for Facebook, Facebook will say, do you want to send it to Instagram too? And you just say yes. So they can send it across the board to both. So your opt-in or freebie, and I talked about this quite a bit in my webinars, and I repeat it because some people are like, okay, I saw that, but sometimes we have new people who come to the webinar and they haven't seen it. So for those of you who are my good followers and you've seen it, I like to put it up for new people. But an opt-in or freebie or lead magnet, we call it, can be just one quick win. And it just solves one problem. And so when you're thinking about your download or your freebie or your guide or whatever, you just want to think about, what can I make one good thing? For instance, I may have an email on a freebie on 8 tips to starting a blog, or 8 successful ways to start a blog, which I do have that. And that is a freebie. It solves one problem: how to start a blog. So step 4, set your target audience. So as I said, Facebook just guides you through. It just guides you through. You know, step 1, you have an idea, you want to start an ad. You go to your Facebook ad center. Okay. Step 2, you start thinking about, what kind of ad do I want to make? You write that down, you know, and then step 3, you know, you get ready for your, you know, how you're going to put your ad and which category you're going to be in. And then what kind of download or a freebie am I going to make? So as you're going through it, and you can, you know, do all of this through your ad center, you got these steps together. Now you're ready for targeting your audience. Okay. And Facebook just guides you through it. Once you go to your Facebook ad center, it guides you through it. So it's going to say, okay, who do you want to target? And this is where this is wonderful, because when we used to send out postcards and just kind of randomly go around looking for business, we didn't know where it was going or who we're going to, but with this, you could say, I want to send this ad to women who are this age, live in this area, make this kind of income. These are their behaviors. It's wonderful. Or you might say, I want to send this ad to men who are this age, they live in this place, this is their age group, this is the language they speak, these are their behaviors. And so that Facebook will send it to that target audience. For instance, for me, I know my ideal audience is mainly a woman, and I do love my guys now, but the people who hire me, who work with me, who need my services, who want my services, I have nailed that person down. And it's normally a woman. She's 40 plus, 40, 50, 60, believe it or not. Great client, my great client. These are people who contact me. She may live anywhere in the world, because I teach online. Age group, that's the age group there. Her behaviors are, she's a business owner. She likes success. She likes to be successful. I know her interests, you know, whether she works out or whether she is a side hustler, all of those things. And Facebook even gives you ideas. So I can make, like, say, when I wanted to do my webinars, my target audience then was small business owners. And I knew their behaviors. They wanted to get going with email, you see? And so you can, Facebook knows, by the way, you can tell Facebook all of this. Now, Facebook is going to send my ad, Instagram and Facebook ad, to only people who are this gender, this age. They're interested in getting their emails together. Facebook knows. And they live in this region, and that's who Facebook's going to send my ad to. So now I'm not wasting money sending my ad to somebody who's not interested in that. And so it's different from the postcards that we used to send. We didn't know where they were going. Okay, so you can choose your audience, you can create your ad, and you can set your budget, right? And you can tell Facebook, I want it to go to these people in this region. You know, you can even do education status, relationship status, single people or engaged people. It's wonderful. Facebook ads work. And so once you've gone through all of that, you're at your last step, right? Step 5, which is setting your budget. And so Facebook will say, how much do you want to spend? And you can tell it, I want to spend $5 a day for 4 days. And you tell it when to start and when to end. It's just that wonderful. And then now, of course, if you can build your budget, build it. But I wouldn't, if you're doing a new Facebook ad, because there's a little bit more to it, I wouldn't start off with, oh, $100 a day for 5 days and spend $500, because you want to make sure, you know, you have to add your pixel, which we're not even going to talk about that pixel for your tracking, because that's a little bit more in depth. It's not difficult. Facebook shows you how to add a pixel to your website. YouTube shows you how to add a pixel for tracking, but you got to do a few more things also. So I wouldn't start off with a big budget until I made sure that, okay, I'm doing Facebook ads pretty well. I'm doing a pretty good job. Maybe it's $5 a day or $10 a day for 4 days or 3 days, and see how it goes. And people say, well, okay, Marsha, how many ads should I run? I say try one, maybe try two in the month. And if you say, okay, nothing's happening, I'm not getting that, because you have to check them and track them. Well, then do a little bit more research. Make sure your content is grabbing people. Make sure the image is great, because the image needs to grab people too. The image is grabbing people. Make sure your landing page says what people need to shake their head. Make sure your freebie is what people want, and then try it again. This is trial and error with it. When you spend $5 for 4 days, it's just $20. So you want to make sure you want to perfect your ad, because Facebook ads do work. Okay, they do. And as you go along, and then when you get to the point where you're like, okay, everything looks good, you may want to up your budget some. Okay, so there are 5 steps to an effective ad. All right, and you want to decide on your pain point to stop the scroll, because what I say is people are on their phones, they're scrolling with their thumb, and I get Facebook ads across. I can pick up my phone right now and find a Facebook ad. And the Facebook ad needs to stop me from scrolling, because that is what we do. We're on the page. Let me go to Facebook. We're scrolling. We're looking at our feed, and everybody has something that they're. Here's one right here. I just picked up my phone and start scrolling with my finger. Here's a Facebook ad right there, when in a matter of a second. So, am I going to stop scrolling? Am I going to stop scrolling for this ad right here? Or am I going to keep moving? So for time's sake, I'm going to stop for a minute just because I'm teaching. So this is what the ad says. I was hustling to get on bookings for 1 or 2 podcasts until I started using this template. Now, they are targeting people who are interested in podcasting, which is me. And you guys know I started podcasting. So this ad came to me. They targeted me. And then so that's going to make me stop, because I am interested in being better at podcast. And so then here's the picture. And the picture says podcast, expert guest speaker, become a guest speaker with 1 template. Okay, they still have my information. Then it says $47 for the webinar, but it's free. So they drew a line through the 47. See if you can see on here. They drew a line through the 47, and it's free. Now it has get yours today for free. It's a guide on podcasting. Download. There's the button. Okay, so I'm going to click the download button. All right. So now I just click the download button. It leads me to a landing page, is what I talked about. So on the landing page, and here's the scroll here. So it leads me to the landing page. All of this stuff is on the landing page. All of this on the landing page. And it leads me to the landing page, and it says, download the template now to become an expert guest speaker for podcast. I am going to be interested in becoming a guest speaker eventually on podcasts, because I'm just starting. So this ad is really getting my attention. Now they're offering something free for me to learn how to be a guest speaker, which is something I want to do down the road. So if I download now, they get my email. That's how it works. They don't know me. I'm a cold audience. So they're not asking. Now, of course, when I download their free guide and all of that, of course, later on, they're going to want me to buy a course or buy something, of course. And if they did a good job, I probably will. And so you see what happened just by me scrolling with that. Okay. So now we're talking about stopping the scroll, because that's what people do. They just scroll, right? And then you're like, okay. So that was, it took me seconds and I got to that Facebook ad. So let's say now I'm back on here scrolling. All right. I'm scrolling with my finger, and we're talking about stopping the scroll with a Facebook ad. Bam. Here's a second one. Okay. It doesn't take long. So this one says how to market your business. 5 secrets to scaling your business and marketing your business. See, they are targeting me. They probably put in their ad a woman, certain age group. They put my behavior. I'm a coach. I'm a social media strategist. I'm into marketing. So the ad comes to me. So at the top it says freelance marketers are a dime a dozen. How can you make sure you get hired? That's a good pain point question, right? Then it goes into the picture that it has right here. Okay, show you the picture. Here it goes to the picture, and it says scaling your marketing business, 5 secrets to scaling your business. Now I'm going to click the download button. Click the download button. It takes me to a landing page. That's so important. Facebook takes that into consideration. So the landing page says clarify your message and learn how to market correctly. Create a clear message and a 5-part marketing plan. Okay, register now for the free webinar. Now, after that, they're going to have something that they're offering for me to buy. And then it has a button that says watch the video. So you get the point. And these are Facebook ads that these people, I don't know who these people are, have created. So you got to create the pain point. You got to find a great image. You got to pick one goal. This one goal, one of them was on podcasting. That second one was on marketing. One goal. Lead them to the landing page. Remember, the first person sent me to the landing page to download. The second one sent me to the landing page. And then make your call to action button irresistible. These two both had download because they were giving something free that I wanted. So it was irresistible to me. Okay. So then Facebook approves your ad. And you can check your results every day. Let's say you're running an ad for 4 days. You can check day 1. You can check day 2. You can even change the ad. You can do multiple ads, which that's a little bit more of a training session. You can put a pixel tracking. You can run multiple ads. You can change the ads in midstream. It's a lot. But what I'm teaching you today is how to at least get your feet wet with Facebook ads. So now, yay, right? Your ad is approved. Okay. And so here is one that I did, and Facebook said your ad is approved. And what I was doing with this one ad that I did, I was creating brand awareness. And that was, maybe a year ago or something. A year ago, because I wanted people to know about Marshall and Hudson. We were in a pandemic. I was getting ready to be in. I said, I need to take my training, because I used to train face to face. I need to take it and put it online, and I need to build my business. So I ran an ad for brand awareness, and Facebook approved it. And what I had was a toolkit. And my goal was brand awareness. My target audience was small business owners. And so I ran that ad, and with the same few steps I'm teaching you today. So what if $25 brought you 10 new customers? Because sometimes people tell me, Marsha, I only got 2 new followers. I was like, that is wonderful. Celebrate those 2. Message them, like, comment, nurture those 2. Sometimes we forget about the small wins. But what if $25, I ran an ad for $5 for 5 days, which was $25. And what if it brought you 10 new customers, or 10 people that saw your website, or 6 people who gave you their email? That's something. Everybody is home. Even now that people are getting out and going back to work, a lot of people are home, and people are still working online. Everybody's online. You can run an ad for $1 a day, $5, $10 a day. These are low cost ads to get started, but you will grow your business depending on what you want your ad to do. I know from experience because I ran a few ads and I plan on running some more because they do work. And I just started with a low amount. You can take your business to a new level for just $25 with a Facebook ad. And we just, have to get started. So you can be a magnet for your ideal client with Facebook and Instagram ads, because when you make it for Facebook, you don't need to make but one. It can run it to Instagram also. And so what I like is you are a magnet because the ad attracts the person who you want to purchase from you. The ad attracts the person who you want to become a customer. The ad attracts a lead. So you can become a magnet for your ideal client. And that's the good part. It's not just you just throwing your money, throwing it out there anywhere. You're throwing it to the perfect person for your product or your service. So you don't have to see the whole staircase to start. Like, oh, I got to do pixels, or I got to run several ads, or I have to do this, or I have to hire a big company. You can do that later on as you move on, but you don't have to see the whole staircase, all of that. Facebook will guide you through starting an ad. They even have videos on Facebook ads. You can Google Facebook videos, Facebook ad that can help you even a little bit more. But these 5 steps that we talked about today can actually get you started with your first ad. Wouldn't that be exciting? So exciting. If you're like, okay, I'm going to do an ad. I'm going to try a $5 ad. I'm going to do 4 days and I'm going to put it out there. Isn't that exciting to just kind of get started with a Facebook ad, Facebook and Instagram ad, and then it runs it to your Instagram feed also. So I am so glad that you guys stayed to the end with me, and I hope you have a few questions, things that you want to ask me about Facebook ads or Instagram ads. I'm so glad you guys came today. Let me know your business, what you're thinking about, if you're thinking about an ad, if you've done one. The biggest thing that I found with people who work with me when they ask me about Facebook ads, and of course there's more of a learning curve, you can get deeper into other things, is that, Marsha, my ad didn't get approved. And if it didn't get approved, it was one of those things that I talked about today. Either the landing page, or you didn't follow the policies, or the image was copyrighted. So if it's pretty straightforward, Facebook will approve the ad. So if we have any Q&A, we can take a few questions.